Allah. Right now. Oh, how's everybody doing out there? Praise Allah for our holy day. We're going to get started here in 1 minute. And we're going to open up with the Moorish American prayer. Today's topic is seeds. And we will be going over seeds. A lot of seeds are blooming right now. Okay? A lot of seeds are blooming, right? Some seeds people don't want to be blooming, but some seeds are blooming very well. Right? They were planted and they didn't get picked up by a little birdie. Some seeds were planted in fertile soil. Some seeds, got uh, scattered in unfertile. But anyway, praise Allah. Is it 7:30? Oh, it is. Okay, so we're going to raise our wings up and open up with the Moorish American prayer. So let us begin. Wings up. Please repeat after me the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Ali. Ameen. Islamism, praise Allah. On this holy day, I'd like to first rise and give our perfect praise to Allah. We love you, Allah. Thank you, Allah, for creating us, for making us, you made us, and praise Allah for those things. Pray, thank you, Father God, Allah, in song, word, and dance, and everything that we do. Want to thank you, Allah. Want to give honor to your holy and divine prophet, Noah Ali, the Redeemer, for the for humanity. Want to give honors for the Redeemer of humanity. Came back to set the record straight, to give us the divine word, little book, the seventh angel revealing in this time, so that we may prepare ourselves for missing the wrath of Allah. I want to give honors to the forerunner of Noble Drew Ali, which would be Marcus Messiah Garvey. I want to give honors to our Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Temple of America, which would be Emily Hill, the first Supreme Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple of America, also Green Broom. I want to give honors to all officials of the Moorish Science Temple of America who are doing their job and those done their job. I want to give honors to our Constitution, the Moorish Science Temple of America, Divine Constitution and Bylaws, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Circle 7, divinely prepared by our noble prophet Drew Ali. I want to give honors to the Quran questionnaire for Moorish American, those three things you need to save yourself. Praise Allah. I want to give honors to all the Moors around the country for doing what they're supposed to do and honoring our holy and divine prophet and honoring our holy day, all Muslims here and all over the world. I want to give honors to the nations and the nationalities all over the world under their divine victory, doing what they're supposed to do, honoring the great God. Praise Allah. All right, so if you want to open your Quran, today's lecture will be on seeds. That's in chapter 1, the entire Quran. But let's deal with it from chapter 1. Okay, staying in what we were dealing with, dealing with the end of time fulfilling of the prophecies and revelations or judgment time or the millenarian Islamism, right? And we're going to continue to deal with that and look at that from a few point of views, not just uh, we're going to look at that from all the holy books, but we're going to, of course, look at it from our Divine Friday. All right, so Quran out and let's open up to chapter 1. Okay, and like I said, we're going to be dealing with. So praise Allah, let's get right into it. I was thinking about this, meditating on what Allah has brought us, and in the time frame in which we're in, current time frame of things unfolding, and the government's going through particular strains of their preparedness in the time of preparation. Obviously, we know as believers and faithful Muslims in the wrath of Allah, okay, that which is sure to come on the planet. This is something that will happen, okay, and we're getting the first looks at this, okay, because time is up, right? There are things in prophecy that unfold no matter what people want, okay? And we are here to fulfill the prophecies, not to change anything. We're not changing one title or nothing. We're here to get it done and fulfill those prophecies to make sure that we do our part, right? So, in that, we have to understand how the seeds are unfolding. We're in this time of the wheat being separated from the tare, okay? And it's obviously it's seen. It's something that can be actually visualized in today's reality with all the things that are being exposed. Okay. These are seeds that were once planted in somebody's consciousness and right, whatever. These particular things are seeds. And people have been planting either corruptible seeds or seeds that bring forth life with good fruit instead of some GMO. And so what you're looking at and losing the allegory of the GMO, you're looking at the GMO starting to rot away. Okay, the GMO people are starting to be exposed. Those people that you thought were nice and shiny, and you know what I'm saying, you took the apple off the tree and you looked at it, and you looked at them on television, and you began to somewhat idolize them. You know what I'm saying, thus creating a particular God. You know what I'm saying, within your consciousness, because you know uh, God unfolds as man's ideals unfold. Okay, so what seeds have been unfolding? And then our premises I usually do so we can get somewhere. I relate to today's reality is so important because, like I said, you can see these particular things unfold. Just like when a child, is growing up. Then you ever see the person that's going in life and they see somebody growing up, right? And they start to see the particular habits. They say that person is bound for great success, or that person is bound for jail, or that person is bound for a little struggle in their life. Why? Because they see the pattern of the seed that is growing. And they've noticed the same thing in the characteristics of other people or themselves along that way. This is why wisdom is so important, right? Which is better than knowledge. Knowledge is belief. Knowledge, you can have a lot of knowledge, but do you know it's real, right? You need to take that up to faith, right? Which is wisdom, right? In knowing a thing, right? And having the wisdom of it to understand that this is real. Again, the understanding, right? Fruition, living in that realness and becoming the real thing. You know? So this is like seeds unfolding. Okay. So when let's look at like the Quran itself. Our Holy Quran, the more science temple of America, otherwise known as the little book in the Bible, it was spoken on that it's sweet and it's bitter. Wrong with the people of the book, you know, part of our legacy. All right. So when speaking of our Quran, the little book, blast that out there so the world can see. Stop trying to hide the prophet and put him all on the back. Everybody's scared to put the prophet out in front. You scared, to represent. They talk everybody else. Got to watch those people. Always talk to everyone else, but never really talk on the prophet. Hey, sure. I don't want to go all the way. Anyway, all right. So the Holy Quran is bitter and it's sweet and it's bitter. All right. So the sweet part, it's like I said once before, when those who are in the know and you get this, oh, this is divine, and that bitter part. Okay. The bitter part, let's look at that for a moment because the prophet explains what this is, right? See, the bitter part is the wheat thing. It's the seeds that actually bloomed in your life. Most of us become aware of our lower self when we come into the more scientific of America. We heard about the devil and all these things, and we know, and the most of us growing up, in third and fourth generation understand there ain't no devil, ain't no ground, even when we was little children, right? And a lot of people do devilish things. Anyway, this goes into the concept of the lower self. All right. So the bitter part are those seeds that unfolded within our life before we met the prophet and understood these lovely and divine lessons. So when we get that lessons, oh, it's beautiful, and then the bitter part comes in when it challenges those blooming seeds or those habits that you've created within your life. Slothfulness, like being lazy, not having an understanding of preparation, not having an understanding of not being honest the majority of the time in all things that you do. Right? Challenging those morals that maybe you did not bloom all the way, but these are the things that become bitter that most people um, try to go find other ways to be more Americans instead of more Americans just simply with the Quran, the Constitution, and all the things that came from the Prophet Noble Jawali. Nothing bad about going understanding your history, but it's something wrong with that's all that you do without trying to live in the way in which the Prophet Noble Dwali came to show you how Moorish Americans should be living, right? Because you have a divine place, you have a specific purpose, right? In this unfolding of this beautiful lotus flower that is now unfolding on you, right? All right, so back to the seeds and that bitter part. So your weakness, this is being exposed to the discipline and the obedience of the Quran. The discipline and the obedience. That's the majority of time where people have an issue was learning how to obey someone else. Because, oh man, really? What's your definition of being a man? And where did you get that? From a European psychology? From something you saw on television? From something you read in their particular books? Or for something, you heard on the homie down the street? You know what I'm saying? What's the definition? What's the standard here? Where are the principles that represent the characteristics of that which is a man? And you can say that you don't need any obedience or discipline, someone coming along with divine way. A lot of people have a lot of vanity, of arrogance, and that's another habit of this carnal world, of a European psychology, right? This Negro mindset placed into a Moor, right, causing this mental degradation of character. Okay, so these seeds are these habits bloomed, and you need to pull these weeds. This is the part in your garden being your mind. Having mental slavery is the place you need to be to relieve that. You can't solve the problem with the same mindset that has the issue. You need to then go to the spiritual plane. In other words, outside of your ego, right? Outside of the developed ego of those seeds that were developed, and through weakness or through trauma, and a lot of seeds or a lot of weakness comes from people wearing masks, not being comfortable in their own skin because they have issues in their traumatized mind, right? And those particular seeds are the very things that we're getting at, right? Because in this last time of judgment, remember, it's what you do, it's what you've done. And to clean up people are cleaning up their karma, or they're getting confronted in judgment of what they've done and how they're able to handle it, what I'm saying, by either accepting what they've done and then being able to move from that point. That's when the karma's clean. Excuse me, that's not when it's clean, but that's when the slate begins to be clean. People have so much on their slate, what I'm saying, are seeds that have been bloomed into these particular habits that cause them harm in their everyday life. In other words, poverty, not knowing what to do, not really having the stable mindset on preparation and seeing the forward thinking, always living in the fear of something's going on, something's wrong. It's always something wrong, always something going to go wrong. Oh, it's going to go wrong. Or, oh, they're always out to get me. Oh, everything's all, that type of thinking because of those seeds that got planted. And then you reassure the seeds in your own body, which is growth. Remember, the body sheds, you know what I'm saying, continues to renew itself to the point of growth, it's a point of development. Yes, people call it decay, but it's actually a point of development for a soul, for a spirit being incarnating a body, you know what I'm saying, so that it can have a development, so that it can unfold into the seeds that Allah gave you to unfold. So I say that, let's go into chapter 1. So chapter 1, let's go over here and look at the last let's look at the last two paragraphs and then move into the page. Right? So we're reading the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, chapter 1, the creation and the fall of man. Okay. And excuse me, I had it more. Where'd that go? Oh, sorry. So it says, but man, like every other thought. Okay, let's start right there. That's like one paragraph, two, three, four, five. So let's near the fifth paragraph. So it says, but all right, it says, but man, like every other thought of Allah, was but a seed that held within itself the potencies of Allah, just as the seeds of any plant of earth holds deep within itself the attributes of every part of that special plant. Okay, with that for a moment. Another part that you can relate this to is in chapter 47, and when you can't change the decent nature, you know what I'm saying, of your forefathers, right? That's in you. And we can see this today. Okay, because a lot of people may look like you, but they sure not like you. You know what I'm saying? The children of Allah have a certain thing. Not trying to say anything other than the reality, and we're not into cannibalism. We're not into selling our souls for music. We're not, even if we're the most talented person on the planet. We're not going to kill our mothers for a contract. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to buff up with the devil in ourselves. We're going to confront that, and therefore able to see clearly any other particular people around you because you've confronted the seeds of the devil within your own consciousness. This is what the children of God have. Okay, so let's go. Why? I'm going to give it to you right now. The children of God have something special. All right. So it says, so spirit man, the true you, the thought of Allah, that infinite part that has a reincarnation, as seed of Allah. Uh-oh. Now look at this. Held deep within himself the attributes of every part of Allah. Now let's look at this for a moment. All right. So you, the children of Allah, have every attribute and every part within you. Why? Because the husbandman Allah planted a seed with with all of the attributes fully manifested. The most high attribute, the attribute of the most compassionate, the attribute of the most loving, the most wise, all the 99 plus one attributes. These are the seeds that you hold within your DNA that a lot of them they're jealous about. And because you're being activated within what they call the junk DNA. Ain't nothing junk about what Allah put together for you. That's these fools trying to understand something that they don't have so they can use something to figure it out, try to use a weapon or something. Who knows, man? Anyway, back to the seeds. So these attributes or these seeds that you have, right, naturally in you, and then you have these other forced brainwashing things known as mental slavery, caused from the European psychology. There's nothing wrong with the psychology for a European. He does wonderful with it, and it's his psychology. With Christianity, he becomes a good, proper human being if they follow those rules and regulations. But for you, it turns you into a monster. Okay, it's not good for you. And now we can go look at it because we have a time frame to look at and stop fooling ourselves on this time frame. We can say, okay, here, we was in Christianity, woo, and boom, Noble Drew Ali comes, okay, woo, and then we can be looking at all these things that came along and compare it where we're at on this time frame. You know what I'm saying? See which one's a little bit better for us in our mental, spiritual, and our growth. All right, so those seeds of Allah, these attributes, are in you. Right. And the other parts that have been placed in you are mental slavery seeds, right? That is your weakness. That the bitter part of the Quran that that unfolds those attributes for you because it's tied into your very nature. This is your law, right? These particular things, the more you read it, the more it becomes a repetition, which creates an oscillation, which creates a fractal signature within your water because you're water beings. And then the more these particular things get to vibrating and tuning you back up, you electrical, spiritual, water being, all that in one, right, can begin to balance yourself and become the Lord of the plane of manifest and balance these things off here. Right. So this is kind of where, with a seed properly planted, right, with those attributes developed into the soil of soul, into the womb in procreation. Okay. Thus, when she has those seeds developed and you have those seeds developed, now we can move down to the next part. So the spirit man, the seed of Allah, held deep within himself, attribute of every other part of Allah. Right? Now, seeds are as perfect, ye as perfect as the source. The source being the attributes already in your very nature that needs to bloom, though. Okay. You got to realize that those seeds can lay dormant like any other seed until you plant it. But just like any other seed, there's a million other seeds and a million other fruits within that. Look at that as the attributes. Every time you strengthen that thing and it gets up, another ripe fruit on your tree of life, which are the wisdom or the most high understanding attributes, which will then bring you to perfected man, right? You need to take off there and bite. Right. It says, so now, look, it says the seeds are as perfect as the source from which they come. I'm telling you where they came. But they are not unfolded into life made manifest. Life made manifest on the plane of manifest. Okay. See, the seeds must be planted and they have to be planted too on the plane of manifest. The spirit man, yes, right. But remember, it's the raw thought. It is the pure thought of Allah. It has yet to be purified through the strengthening which happens on the plane of manifest, where you develop those attributes. Some are going to develop them, and some are going to develop the other ones. Some are going to develop the ones of Allah, and some are going to develop the other ones. And when you develop enough through this particular lifetime, right, then you take those with you, those developed soul attributes that you created while here on the plane of manifest and in the soul and on the plane of soul, meaning the mental, because it's all created when you got here, and then the spirit man entered into that particular body, right? So that it can function and then get all the ways, as it says in chapter 1, right, to become the perfection of the strength of Allah come out right. Now, previous lifetime, if you understood this, right, and all these things, remember, you've been here before, you've been doing this for a moment, but every lifetime, there's a milestone in the journey of the race. So if you find yourself, you know what I'm saying, in a particular situation that's a pretty, shaky, but you are hearing the words of the prophet and you're doing good. You're in this silent and hearing it, and you begin to develop those particular attributes and those seeds so they can unfold so that you can get your house in order. I mean, the house, the first house he's speaking about in the chip on page 1 by these lessons, in order. First house, obviously you, because if you're not in order, then you don't have it. environment. So the first house obviously is used, is why we wear the fez and we wear the turban. We wear the turban to draw circles around our passions. So the first place those passions become is in the seeds, in which we allow to manifest in our mind. So we draw circles around them, representing the turban. You know what I'm saying? And it should be 12 feet by 12, which represents perfect government, right? And you're governing yourself. Right? And all these things have symbolic meaning to you, spirit man, developing the body of into the perfected man, so that you can move in the planes at will. So it's not going to happen in just one lifetime. You think about how long it. If you think, if you have the seeds of Allah, think about that, and you're infinite. I mean, how many lifetimes do you need to come through so that you can grasp true wisdom? They take two, right? Be patient with yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself on a lot of things. Stop being so overly anxious, thinking that that you don't have success. Yeah, it's a struggle right now. That part that you're coming back home, you're coming back home. You were the prodigal son, right? And we're coming home. The prodigal daughter and the prodigal sons are coming home, right? And it's going to be a little struggle because it was a struggle when you left, and then when you left, the whole world had to change. Now that you're coming back home, the world's changing back again. So, salam, y'all. So I hope you guys. I'm break. Sometimes it breaks up, so I hope you guys are hearing a little clear on this too. So, oh, so what? Anyway, right? These attributes are developed in the Quran, like belief, faith, and fruition. Okay, and let's get back to this particular part before I go there. So now the seeds are as perfect as are you are as perfect as your mother is, right? Let's look at that. So the seeds unfold into life made manifest. The child is as perfect as the mother is, period. Deal with that real quick. We just kind of did, right? So the mother are the mother of virtues. The mother, a Moorish mother is the mother of virtue. She breeds justice, harmony, love, mercy, love, and right. Okay. Why? Because she has those things already tuned in. And there's no more powerful entity or being on the planet, right, than that being that Allah created for us to get to the point where we're here. And she has to have, and this is why they attack our women. And our women are so susceptible to certain things because of their own nature, which is a beautiful nature, of course, right? But it's the mother, it's the earth, it's very spiritual, right? Too, right? But it has a point of attack from the enemy, right? That we as men, are we understand when we read our lessons, right? And they covert and secretly attack our women by doing very crafty things. We're dealing with a deceitful devil. And if he can control the woman who births the child, and try to implant within her psychology where she does where they corrupt the seed, which is the mind first, because that's where seeds are first developed, and then they actually travel down the spine and go into the reproductive organs, and whatever you were thinking that 3 or 4 hours, right? Actually charged up in your semen and in the eggs. But anyway, so if the devil, right, with their television and with their makeup and with their social classism of what they call beauty and things like that, attack our women, right, and then develop corrupted seeds within her mind first, so that then the child comes out with more susceptibility to the corruption around them. Okay. They're more susceptible. Why? Because you're a melanated being. You draw in all electromagnetic frequencies no matter what. And they know this and they use it against you. All right. So the Quran is bringing you back into a harmonic vibration. So when it says, certain things in the Quran for our women, it is very important for them to understand and for us to, show patience, obviously love, and these things like that. But the men to ensure our environment is correct, so that they can have harmony to bring forth the perfect seed, so they can bring God on the planet. Are you guys with me? Is this making sense so far? Sometimes I just go on without asking questions. Right? All right. So give me a one in that chat room. If it's good. So, man, the seeds must be deeply planted in a soil that he might grow. Who might grow? Man, who? Spirit man, the infinite part. Okay, that he may grow. This is why it's so important, women, to cherish your body and to stop letting any old dude just run through you. Straight up, man. We at I ain't gonna cut no corners. When y'all understand it, we gonna have paradise. We over here as men always been on the front line. Know this. Somewhat, not all of us. Some are suckers and out there playing, got played for shit and got into sucker stuff and whatever, right? But women, y'all the ones who they attack the most. We always got to go back and dip into this world. It's because we love y'all. And we're going to continue to dip and pull all the ones we can out. But it's going to come a day when the ark is going to get shut. So our women need to understand more than anyone, right? The power and the divine nature and the responsibility that they have. You're bringing in your grandmother again. Your womb, your mental capacity to understand real love and relationships is extremely important because you are emotional. And I say that with love because all information comes in on the right side of the brain for the woman, which is the emotional side. And if it wasn't, everything would be just flipped up and too crazy around here. Of course, we want that. We don't want everybody with coming in on the left side of the brain like a man. That's insane. We tear something up, right? Although if you trying to act like too much like us, no, we need some femininity, some balance with a purpose though. Not just trying to look good because the television give you a plastic Barbie doll look. I'm talking so we can develop the seeds of Allah into perfected man around here. That's your responsibility. Is to hold the perfected seed of Allah. Not shaking your butt and twerking. For every devil got you like that out there. Now we gotta go murk half of these ones. And then risk going into the pen. What you think we do half of this stuff for? When we come out the womb, we trying to get right back into it. Keep it 100. Half the stuff we do as men is around here is for the woman. But when you gonna wake up and be a perfected woman and bring God around here? I guess when we all get balanced. Because men, it's your responsibility too, to make sure the environment is right. Those devils walking around here lusting after our women like that and our children. All they want to do is bring nothing but destruction upon us with their insane seeds. Not having it. Seeds are perfect. Just the perfect part is man, the spirit man, that has no corruption. It gets corrupted when people don't want to deal with their issues. then that corruption is passed down because you didn't want to deal with it. You pass it down to the environment, you pass it down to your children, you pass it down to your husband, man, you pass it down to your wife, your children, your dog, your cat, your bird, all this crazy stuff that you, Lord of the Plane to manifest, that has dwelling within their dome piece, that is that creates things here, the creator will create an environment of hell if you ain't careful. Just take a good look out there. Oh, you don't think they're following you? Have these people out there sagging. Hmm. I'm just gonna leave that one right there. But the thing is, right, when the perfect seeds are developed in our day and our time, not by any other stuff, not by some old Indian chant boo, 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 on some so-called TPs, not me, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Not by some mysterious, you know, hurry. I don't know. Only I do know this though. By this. By these divine lessons for all Asiatics here in this time is how we get back the most righteous mind that there is. You can't beat the seeds of Allah. You can't outthink me when the seeds are bloomed, man. No one can win on the plane of manifest other than that which is just. What do you think you coming back to go and play in the dirt, pathetic, pitiful pit of hell that this world is creating? You want to go dive into that stinky cesspool of nothing but poisonous pus? Your heroes are falling. I told you that. Your heroes are falling because you weren't your hero. You didn't come and save you. So all the TV, all the so-called this and that that you thought was going to save you, playing games all day. How's that going so far? Them and them stupid seeds you didn't planted in your head, thought that was going to get you somewhere. Let's see where these beautiful seeds will get us, though. The human seed that came forth from the heart, where's the nearest place you can meet Allah, was fully part of Allah, was fully ordained, all the attributes fully opened up to be the Lord of the plane of manifest. Excuse me, of soul. Ahead of myself. Fully ordained to be the Lord of the plane, O soul, and of the plane of things made manifest. You are the Lord of your mind and the very things that you bring forth. You are the Lord. There's no one who is controlling you. Stop it. They, they just they what? They just won't. They won't let us do. They're gonna come if we do, or we just don't know what they go do. Who's coming? Did they come before? What you do? You know the wicked flee are always scared when there ain't no one coming. What you do? You need to go clean your attic, confront your demons. It's okay. We all got them. We all have to confront them. When you gonna do it though? Because I'm holding you back. Scared of now, man. We grew up in the hood. We grew up with this devil. What are you scared of? Mind. I don't think you're afraid. I don't think you're scared people. I think you're the most divine people on the planet. I think you are lions, goats, protecting sheeps. Nothing wrong with being a sheep. Lamb, nothing wrong with that. I think you are a divine and loving people, truthful. But you got to stand up for that which is right. You can't wait for no one to stand up. You got to do it. But you know, you, you got to do it. And how you stand up by unfolding your the good parts of your seeds called courage. Start there. Stand up for the prophet Jamali in these days. Stand up for being a good moral American and representing good. Don't be out there smoking with your turban on, looking like a slothful bum, or with your fez on, doing stuff in the public looking crazy. All Moorish Americans at this time always should be with their fez and their turban on. If you got some type of grand chic, supreme grand, whatever, is not wearing their fez and ain't been wearing their turban when they go to court or up into particular public places, you need to question. Anybody telling you not to wear your fez and your turban in these days and time, they're crazy. Run from them. Little public announcement, little public warning. Let's get back to these lovely seeds. This love just, man, sometimes it just takes over you. Okay, so the seeds are unfolding right now, right, in our life and have unfolded. Some of those particular seeds are habits, right? These particular habits can be changed, right? And for the better. Okay, so how you change them, it starts off with in the Quran, thought. It's the thought of change. I'm going to change. It's where he first starts. The next thing is to strengthen that thought is is to move it from the plane of spirit to the plane of soul, which is drawing the blueprint or the mathematical formula or the data in which you acquired out there in the world. I don't care, hit the Oracle Google and find something, right? Or the data in which you acquired, right? And you've put together, give yourself 7 days, let it travel in the dome, right? And put together something in your mind and then lay it out on physical, lay it on the physical. Just don't have it here because things here have a tendency to change sometimes. It's just not firm enough. What you need to do after it's here, you lay it on the physical plane. Excuse me. You lay it on the physical plane, and now you're bringing it from the spirit plane down to the plane of soul. Now you're going to bring it to the plane of manifest. Now, now is where on the soul plane, but while it's still on the physical, it's still kind of on the soul plane. This is where you tweak things, right? And make things, more relevant and pinpointing direct things to get the job done and what you're looking for. Say if you have a habit that say, you're an alcoholic, okay, or you've been using drugs, or you know, you have a habit of what is that, gambling, right? Maybe you have a habit of looking at too much porno, right? Or cursing or whatever. So once you develop the thought of I'm going to change this, not just I'm going to change it. Now it's actually seeing yourself in your mind with a sword, cutting its head off and holding the bloody stump in your hand, and then developing the actual strategy, right? How you're going to cut the head off of that snake and hold its bloody stump, right? And with victory, you know what I'm saying? And with assurance and with emotional or emotion, energy and motion behind that particular development. And then it'll begin. And now you have to put it on a repetition because you're bringing it to the plane of manifest. So you got to get it firmly rooted in the subconscious, 21 days, 7, right? With the questionnaire from Americans at the last end of it. Right. But anyway, so you can then do the repetitious part about repeating your plan until it's firmly rooted within your conscious and subconscious mind. And then you act on it, of course. Right. And now it's charged, it's potent, it has purpose, and it has a direction. and it has an actual outcome that you could attain. And more than likely, if you stay on it, you will stop smoking, stop being, looking at whatever, too much porno. You may stop being a dope fiend. Nothing wrong with that. Stop all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stop gambling. Curse, or you can flip this thing too, and you can become more efficient in your communication. You can be more efficient in the way you develop those particular things. Say you want to be more powerful in how you communicate to people. Maybe you have a fear of getting up in front of people and communicating. Well, same thing, and then you're going to have to give yourself that time to get up there and communicate, right? And then those things will be, strengthened. Anything else here on the planet manifest, right? So those seeds develop, right? And it is our job to kill the ego or the lower self with its habitual seeds that do us harm. By first and foremost, understanding what the lower self is. That's why the prophet said, know your lower self and know it well. And then when know thyself, go back and know some more and some more and some more. Why? It's because it's in those habits that you've developed where you're going to see not only who you are, call your MO, right? But you're going to see the weakness of your character. And then you're going to go to the instructions, any other perfect manual to make something good, and you're going to apply the instructions to that weakness. Because why? Because you want to be a better person. Because this in general just make you a good man and a good woman. So why wouldn't you want to do it? You're looking to become better and pass those things down to your people and your children, right? Why aren't you looking to strive to be a better person every day? Learning how to utilize better morals in the world and pass those particular things down to people. What is wrong with that? Always got to be the one throwing up a gang sign and always listen to the most destructive rap music that there ever is. Talk about killing our women, selling drugs to our own people, you know what I'm saying, and doing horrible sexual things to them. Why we got to be about that? So easy to talk about that, huh? Because those are the seeds you develop within your character. See, you thought they was playing music for what? They were developing seeds that you can pass that down in your subconscious, which is planted with almost like a vibratory signature in your DNA. And then you pass those things down on your seed when you ejaculate into your woman and she has a orgasm and then those things come together and maybe, the procreation, but you got to remember the energy signature you just put on there. And you wonder why your son or your daughter, what I'm saying, is twerking at 3. Mm. Taking video pictures, talking about, oh, look what she can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look what she can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, it's serious. It's real serious. Because look at the world we're in where we don't have any banks, but y'all broke collectively. Individually, could be doing great. More power to you and straight up honors, right? But collectively, where's our bank? Where is our institutions of power that says we demand that we have the most best for our children and our society and our environment? Don't you want to have an environment that doesn't smell like piss, smell like crap? You know what I'm saying? Worrying about somebody driving down the street doing something stupid. Neighbor always in an argument because they don't have no civilization whatsoever. Down the street, cross the street, somebody beating up on their mama, beating up on their children, beating up on their wife, beating on something, slamming the dog, doing something crazy. Oh, you ain't never experienced that in your hood? Well, good, I'm glad you live in a good area, but it's still going on out there. Now you the number one corona. Mm-hmm. Told you something's coming. Y'all ain't want to listen though. Yep, hook, line, and sinker. You're gonna take that one, especially you ignorant ones. hook, line, and sinker. You know what? Cleanup time's here. Some of y'all are gonna get it. I ain't got no issues with it. None, not one, no issues with some of y'all, man. Some of y'all are foul, filthy, and will sell your own mama. Crazy out your mind, man. Like I said before, but some of y'all just gotta go. And you look just like me. You got the same olive hue, but you the most wickedest ones too, man. You thought there's justice around here, man. Oh, but the one you got the European psychology from, there's something for him too. It's already on the scene. Don't let them fool you. You're getting hit. But your time is due, Negro, because the seeds of a Negro will no longer be up in my garden, man. We're not having no weeds around here. Man, we're gonna have beautiful gardens around here. Where the little children can just run around with bare feet and not catch nothing, not think about nothing, ain't nobody predators around, nothing like that. Mm-mm. We got something for you. We got something for them, you know, because the seeds of Allah have bloomed, man. For a few of us, bruh, we got that Avenger seed blooming. For a few of us, we got that non-yielding, righteous. What is that called? There's some more warrior ones up in there. I'm not gonna give it all away to y'all. Anyway, some real good seeds have been blooming around here. Where y'all been playing. You know what I'm saying? Some really beautiful seeds on this live chat right here. They bloom. They're blooming. They're like it's like all of them. Lotus flowers. Just people taking notice. I mean, all the way around, from the stars all the way to the places you won't even believe. Some of y'all think, we be up here just bumping our gums and just talking, but we're going to let our work and what we've done do the talking for us. So Allah's the greatest. I got to brag to you. Our seeds is beautiful. All right. So anyway, here's a few things for you to strengthen up the seeds. I think I did give it to you. So seeds unfold into the attributes, although they need to be strengthened, like it says in chapter 1, right? It says, and you can follow if you're with me, but I'm just going to read here. All right, it says, without a foe, a soldier never knows his strength. And ought, which is man, spirit man, must be developed by the exercise of strength. Okay? So think about that for a moment. All those beautiful struggles you're going through. Getting buff. Still here, right? Don't kill you, boy, make you stronger. Especially if you're striving in the righteous way. You go through a lot of stuff to clean up. Some people get the proper lessons at 30. They got a whole lot of years they did some crazy stuff to clean up. That's why it's good to teach these lessons to the little ones when they're children. That's why the children are so important. That's why you don't hurt innocence. Could you imagine these ones? I mean, who think about some of the beautiful, great people that came, like Garvey and Drew Ali and other, Elijah Muhammad, you know, and we reincarnate. What if they had to, well, they wouldn't because their karma's good, but I shouldn't use them as a comparison. But there are, people coming back, bruh. Think about that. Think about that. You want to come back into an environment that's beautiful. When you want to come back into a family that your mother cares about her body, cares about her mind, cares about, those particular things, so that when you in that first soul plane, right, that you are that first heaven, you know, that you good instead of coming back where there's a bunch of arguments in the house all the time and you in the womb and you got to hear that. Hey man, pop, shut up for a moment. Let her chill. Man, I'm trying to get some nourishment around here. She shoot me and Drano. Everything good. All in the womb, like everything good. What's going on? It's supposed to be hey now. Oh, I'm saying. Oh man, what is that heavenly sound? Something like that. Some of y'all got some crazy stuff going on. Forgot about that part, huh? Anyway, praise Allah. We're gonna get back. And my time is up. I'm not going on very long. This evening, I love y'all. You know, just wanna, talk a little bit here at the end now that they're opening up, you know, our request was heard. I don't care if y'all don't believe it or not. You better go take a look at our timeline. Some of y'all really need to go look at our timeline. Look when things happen. Look when all the stuff begins. All things have a cause. Nothing happens by chance. Not one thing. I don't care what they tell you. Everything has a cause. It was all going good all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, stuff got shut down. Hmm. That's all. Holy Prophet Number Drew Ali. So, what I want to end with is the, Moors out there, be the bigger person, be the missionary, be the Moorish American when they open this thing up. For our members, you already know, what's happening. Sunday will give you more. Things are great. Little delays here and there. Be expected. Other than that, things are wonderful. Uh, to the governments, we need this thing opened up like you're doing. Good looking out. Um, you know, let's do it safe and let's do it with purpose. We don't want to go into a full-fledged depression, starving in the streets like that. You know what I mean? And burning the whole house down because governor, this is LA, this is California. You need to make sure we continue to open this thing up safely because people are getting a little antsy and irate. So praise Allah. We don't have anything else for y'all other than love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So let me give a little love. It's my favorite part. Islam Manuel Rios. Rios L, what's going on, Mo? Praise Allah to the family. Excuse me, everyone. Simone Bay. Simone Bay. Praise Allah. Islamism. BC. Reda. Yo, peace, everybody. Peace, Mo. Janet Barksdale. Islam to the family. Islam, Sister Nazel L. Islam says. Leo Hamlin. Islam. I think, was that an L or a Bay, Mo? Papa Paul, that's the Poison L. Was that Cole's Ill Islamism? Praise Allah. Praise Allah for the family here. Jay Richards L. Praise Allah. Oh, A. Howard L. Praise Allah for the family. Hope y'all doing well out there. And let me know, Mo, if you guys got your packages. Hey, everybody, I sent some packages out. Let me know if you guys got them. I know I was supposed to send them out to a few, and I did. I think I left out a couple of people, so I'm not sure I got everyone. But anyway, hit me up. Janet Barksdale, Islam. That's the white Bay family. Islamism. Al Musawir. Oh, Mo, I can't believe I messed that up. Al Musawir. El Islamism. Greetings. Praise Allah. Happy Holyday, Mo. Uh, R. Pompey El Islamo. Praise Allah. Leon Hamilton, I said those everybody else, Omni L, everybody, and everyone in our temple and everybody, that will tune in. Praise Allah. Thank you for tuning in. Hope I said something to keep you on the path and to keep us going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? There's no competitions here. We all strive for the best for our people. And go take a look at the last video I put out. A lot of stuff revealing there. I don't put stuff up just because, and yeah, a lot of good stuff is happening, and stay tuned. A lot of Hollywood's burning, y'all. I wouldn't suggest anyone go in there anymore. It's going to burn up. And what I mean by that, you just take a good look, right? But it's going to get worse. You guys are going to find out some pretty crazy stuff about these pedophile, pedivores, devil worshiping, satanic, child molesting, carnivores, all that rolled into one. Like we've been telling y'all, it's going to come out. So don't be so shocked because some of y'all already know. But anyway, stay tough, stay tiger. Always praise Allah each and every day. Tell him you're loving. You know what I'm saying? Give honor to the prophet by being a good Moor and doing the things that you're supposed to do by doing all the things he says you must do. Right? Don't let anybody take away your birthright. Always question every single thing. Trust nobody, man. That's not by being told. You know what I'm saying? They can show and prove all the way that they can't do that. Run from them. Come over to temple number 43. We got you. We'll show and prove all the way. Ain't nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? It's done. Ain't nobody can do nothing about what we done. You know what I'm saying? Praise Allah. So we send you love and we send you much success and prosperity and keep on reading people forever giving people honors. All right, here we go. Salvation, Allah, unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America. Divine Constitution and bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is in power to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh. And on a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger, accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion, or harm his brother or sister because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government. Because by being a Moorish American, you are part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws of the Constitution of this said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality. And we are teaching our people their nationality and divine creed, that they may know that they are part and parcel of this government. And know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era in time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Jew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabit the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and parcel of all of the acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you're entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of uplifting upon humanity. And all Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and their minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant from your holy prophet, Noble Jew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Noble Jew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Science of America. Home office of Noble Jew Ali, Chicago. Ism at this time, for those Moors in our temple, the green and red, you know what to do. Give if you can. If you can't, hold on to your finance. Take care of your family. But if you can, you know what we're trying to do. Praise Allah. We'll go over all that Sunday. But this is that time that you can do that. All financial reports are out, the business. So praise Allah. Just man, just want to send love to y'all, man. And praise Allah. I wish I could tell the world, but some of y'all are unworthy. Straight up, y'all. Some of y'all are mean. Will take something and try to sell it to your own brother. No good. We got something for you, though. We got something for you. It's called so raise them wings up so we can pray out and talk for 1 second. Please raise your wings up and stand in our out in benediction while I close it. Allah, bind our heart and mind back to our ancient forefathers' divine creed and principles. This we ask in thy holy name and the seven Elohims. Amen. Islam, Islam, Islam. Praise Allah. All right, y'all. Much love to the family. Oh, somebody put something urgent up here. Uh, Let me read some stuff here. Islam, Leon, this is your father. Send me your telephone number urgent. You don't send that telephone number. All right, you guys send that on in. You guys praise a lot of, you guys you know, get some skills. If I don't listen, get some skills. Look, there's a lot of stuff happening right now that you could be getting some skills while you're just kind of chilling. You could have, got a degree or at least finish a few courses. You know what I'm saying? Up those skills and things that matter right now that make relevant sense into today's reality, what's going on. You can go places and they're free. And those particular certificates will get you a long way. They open up a lot of doors. I'm not going to give you guys our business concepts and ideas, but there's a lot of good things out there like that. If you're in our temple, well, you're in our temple, you're good. But everyone else, I send you love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And that's all I have for you on this wonderful Friday. Stay safe, stay true. Always keep the prophet out in front. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Have love. Y'all. Right. Hey.